If there's one thing I can say after watching episode 1 of Alien Earth, it's that greed is the biggest villain of them all. This first episode was a fantastic opener for Alien Earth. Right off the bat, we're shown that this ship that's in deep space has been out there for quite some time. That their trajectory to Earth is about 4 months until they finally reach it. And while everyone's waking up and talking, we finally get to see different specimens and what they are. But we don't get to see all of them. At least they're not entirely blueballing us on everything that we could see related to the aliens. And not even 10 minutes out of the cryo chamber, we can already tell the crew has some issues going on. People don't like other people, some people don't like the cyborg, so on and so forth. Now, how exactly the cyborg was capable of causing all hell and basically offing everybody in that ship, I have no idea. But he did it, and it was flawless. We then cut back to Earth, where we see Neverland, where Wendy and a bunch of other terminally ill kids are going to be turned into synthetics. Which, side note, I'm surprised they haven't done or mentioned anything like this in other alien movies, because the idea of being able to transfer the mind of a human into the mind of a synthetic and have them exist there, I think is very interesting. Especially the mind of a kid being put into an adult body. And oh, let me tell you, they make sure to hammer that point across. And they do not let you forget it, nor do the actors who are playing as these kids let you forget it. Which I'm sure as the series goes on will play into the morality of how they go about doing things. Because again, they may look like humans, but they're just children by heart and mind. Or lack thereof when it comes to a heart. Just mind, so to speak. And while that all transpires, the second best thing to happen in this episode actually occurs. That being the crash landing into Prodigy City. The entirety of this scene kind of just turns everything on its head. Granted, it is the catalyst that's going to cause everything to happen in this series. Everything went from okay to oh shit within a span of a few seconds. I thought was very well done. The whole search and rescue showing us how big of a scale this whole thing is, how you quite literally won't be able to save everybody here, and then entering the ship only to find out one of the synthetics from space that was on this ship is literally against you guys. And if there's one thing that is mad consistent throughout this, it's that any synthetic that's out in space that's trying to find organisms, they're just naturally an ass. Like, they are against you from day one. They plot things. Like, it just has to happen. And Weyland-Yutani is a horrible company. Like, they are terrible. But now that we've seen it, same could be said about Prodigy. They only care about profit. They're like, oh, well, it's ours now. If it crashed, okay. Literally, the owner of Prodigy said, okay, they can sue. We're just going to take what we want anyways. Who cares? I'm a trillionaire. And that in itself shows you how terrible greed really is. And then the best part about this episode being the little mites that exist that fill themselves up with blood after biting your neck. And they just look mad disgusting. And while small, still very deadly in every single way. Now, what's cool about this, and I can make an entire video on this as more comes out, we've never seen any of this in Alien ever. It's only ever been the facehuggers and a few other things related to the xenomorph. But now that things are different, involving different species that exist aside from xenomorphs, that has a lot more validity to it. Some theories suggest that the mites might have something to do with the black goo, but there's not really much to go off of with that. But I will say those little mites and seeing that all play out really disturbed me in more ways than one. Overall, I will say this episode was, like I said, a very good opener. Some individuals are saying that it's a bit of a slow one and that it drags too long, but as it stands, me personally, I don't see it doing that. I still think they're building things up, and it's only episode 1. There's like 8, 9 episodes in this season. As it stands, I think they're doing a great job with pacing. Cinematography-wise, creature-wise, xenomorph-wise, acting-wise, all this other stuff, I think it's going just fine. Before I forget, the xenomorph, even though we saw it for like maybe 20 seconds on that ship, still gave me the exact same vibe as it did all the other ones. He's just there for the smoke and that's it. The perfect killing machine. And yep, he showed it time and time again. Now, personally, I'm really hoping that episode 2 brings the tension up a little bit because I don't think I got very much of that in this first episode. But again, first episode, I get it. But that is a definite must for the rest of the episodes in this season. I'm liking where it's going, and you definitely need to watch this if you haven't already.